We are both perspiring a lot because there's obviously no aircon here. Today we are on the set of Channel 5's new drama series This Land Is Mine, starring Rebecca Lim, Pierre Png, Charlie Goh and Shabir, among others. Let's find out what they say about the show and what filming a period drama is like. Hi, welcome to this episode of E-Junkies. We are now here on set at the new Channel 5 drama This Land Is Mine, and we have Rebecca Lim here with us.
Hello everyone. This particular set is the Joy World nightclub, where we have many fight scenes that will be shot for this drama. So I can't really mention too much about it, but the first time I entered this set, I was actually quite enthralled by it. It's beautiful, right? And when we are filming, they actually get real musicians on the stage to play live music and all that, which is nice because we haven't really had a live performance in a long time. So it's kind of like an enjoyment on set at the same time as well.
This Land Is Mine is a 15-episode English drama series based on the novel The Devil's Circle, written by Walter Woon. The story revolves and follows the lives of these characters that were living through the last 3 months of 1945, which is after the Japanese surrender and Singapore was handed back to the British, and Singapore was placed under the British military administration.
So let's talk about your characters.
I play June in This Land Is Mine, and my character is a legal clerk in a law firm, D. Almeida and D. Almeida, where my cousin, which is Pierre's character, is a lawyer. June is actually quite a special character. She's very clear of what she wants and what she is capable of. So her ultimate dream is actually to be a lawyer, but because of circumstances and her mum not willing to spend the money to send her overseas, she has to resort to just being a legal clerk. But throughout the entire series, she is unaccepting of her destiny, and then she goes out to achieve what she wants in her life.
So I play Dennis Chiang, a young Peranakan lawyer who's about to take on his first and most challenging trial in his entire career. He's been tasked to defend a Kempentai torturer who's accused of committing atrocities during the Japanese occupation. So he faces a backlash not only from his family but also from the public, and becomes the enemy and target of the Malayan People's anti-Japanese army. He gets himself further into trouble by getting himself involved with a bar manager of the famous Joy World nightclub, Helen Sim, and she is not who she appears to be.
Habibullah is a war hero. He saw action in Rangoon and he lost an arm. So he's posted to Singapore when the Japanese leave. Not a lot of his kind of people there. He's in this new place where he doesn't know how to operate without going for war and going for battle. So he's now posted to administrative duties. So it's all about how he navigates through that, and he meets some conflicts along the way of tragic proportions, to be honest, and how he deals with all that is what his arc is all about.
My character, I'm playing half Japanese, half Chinese. My character's name is called Hojo. He's a translator back when the war was happening. And then because I'm half Japanese, there'll be this stigma against him, and it just shows how I'm trying to navigate my way around and try to survive.
Can you say why June is here in the nightclub?
Well, June is here in the nightclub because firstly, she is accompanying her cousin, who is Pierre's character, to check out this girl that he has a crush on, and also to find out some truths that she is seeking for, because there were a few unfortunate things that happened to her during the war. And so the entire series is also about her trying to find out what happened exactly, why, who, and ultimately maybe perhaps making peace with what happened.
So this is not like the production crew creating sound effects. This is a bit scary, Your character lost an arm, and I know that you walk with a limp.
Yes, my character walks with a limp.
After getting whacked, because
No, it's a backstory for the character.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has a limb to begin with in the show. It's like a childhood accident for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you put your arm behind, front, hide where?
Everywhere. So the camera is in front, then it's got to be like that.
So where's your arm now?
If the it's behind.
Behind. Okay.
But if the camera is behind me, I can't do this. So I put it in front. So if they take an OS side, then it goes to the side. Imagine if the Steadicam is moving like that, what do I do?
What do you do?
I do this. Then it lands here. So I have to constantly be on the move with my arm. So I can't bind it in that sense. And I even had an action sequence where I have to fight with one arm, bind it to the back. That was very challenging. And also, you're jumping over something and you're doing a kick and you're throwing a punch. You know, like you realize how important both arms are for balance when you do something like that.
It's a natural instinct kind of thing, you know?
So it's quite challenging.
Of course, in my life, right, I've definitely injured myself before. Because I play football, right? So I sprained my ankle, I've injured my quads before. So I know what it's like to walk with a limp. Yeah, so I just factor in that the pain is not there, but I had to pretend that the pain is there.
Do you like period dramas? Because we don't have a lot here on local TV.
I love period dramas, but like you say, unfortunately, we don't really have the luxury of doing it because Singapore is really so modern now.
I love history. Apart from what we learned in school, I'm actually living it in the characters that I play. So I think deep down inside, I'm actually a really old soul.
I mean, I love this set. I really love history and all that. Thank you. But you know that we are both perspiring a lot because there's obviously no aircon here. There's no breeze. It's raining outside. It's a bit humid. So the two of us are not looking as good as we should be, especially him.
Mr. Lee Kuan Yew actually said that the best invention was the air conditioning,
Yes,
right? So yeah,
totally
I second that.
Initially, we were supposed to shoot this drama in Malaysia. So when the pandemic hit, I was actually pretty disappointed that we may not get a chance to film this drama, but the entire production team really put in so much effort to produce a very beautiful set. It's also a perk because we get to film a period drama in an air-conditioned environment, which you'll never get when you film period dramas overseas.
What are some of the more interesting scenes that you have in this drama?
Just about every scene is interesting because first and foremost, all the places that we film are all built like this one that we're in right now. They're all dressed with a lot of detail. Everything just really sets the stage for the entire scene. Interesting stuff would be like when we have the riots, get the British to come in and they give their side of the story. And when I go back home, I have to relate the story to my family members and I have to live up to my dad's expectations of me being a lawyer.
Did you film the riot?
I was not involved in the riot, but Rebecca's character, June, was involved in the riot. And I got to see snippets of what they film and something to look forward to.
My character will be in part of a larger arc where I get to meet all the other characters. The British girl from the Kampong Mariam and Rebecca's character, where we all cross at one point with the British Lieutenant Colonel, with my soldiers. It really beautifully weaved in all the different story arcs into one larger arc.
I'm not as fortunate as him. I don't get to meet all the characters. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say, but I have a couple of pretty violent scenes. Yeah.
You getting whacked because you're half Japanese?
Just filming this drama makes me so appreciative of the sacrifices that our forefathers made for us. And we only hear stories about the war, but we'll never be able to understand the hardships that they really went through during that period.
So if you were to be someone living in the 1940s, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, if it's a Rebecca in the 1940s, I don't think I'm very street smart. But then again, I don't believe that I will be someone who will go with the norm. I may be someone with my own dreams and my own aspirations, but ultimately, at the end of the day, family is still important. I may put them on hold for the family. Yeah, I think that will be me in the 1940s. Yeah, because unfortunately, women in the 40s don't have the freedom and the luxury that we do now.
I hope to be someone like Dennis Chiang.
Do you think you would thrive well in that era?
I think so, given my tenacity, given the grit that I have to be on Chinese drama for the past 20 years, I think I'll be able to survive back in 1940s. Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what I'll be doing. I'll be doing coolie work because I have a follower mentality. I'm not a leader.
My folks were doing business. They were doing trade, bringing stuff from India and selling it in Singapore, vice versa, doing like the money changer thing and all that. I think I'll be doing business.
This one is towkay.
Yeah.
That will be the rich one
He's
in
the
the
businessman.
house.
I'm working for him.
If you could travel back in time and you could bring one item from 2021 to the 1940s, what would you bring? Taking in mind that, back then there's no reception tower,
Yes.
so no internet and all that.
The fridge.
Packed with ice cream, meats?
Oh, just being able to produce ice.
Oh yeah, okay,
I
cool.
remember back then, I don't think they had refrigerators. So most of the stuff were all preserved, and if ice was being delivered to them, it was covered with sawdust. And it had to be used then and there, and once it's finished, you can't make your own ice. So if there's anything, I'd like to bring a refrigerator to the 1940s.
I'll bring my Apple laptop so I can continue to produce music. And I'll be the boss, because I'll be bringing the new sounds. I'll be like, where is this coming from, you know?
This guy will be super rich, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, pew, pew.
They all got a business mind, you know. Or buy gold and bring it back. Because now gold compared to back then, right? Gold is worth much more back then. Right? Because money is small now, right? Like 5k back then is so big. 5k now is a small amount, you know. So I'll buy gold and bring back.
And that's towkay over here.
This Land is Mine will telecast on MeWatch and Channel 5 on August the 10th, so catch it then. Thank you for watching this episode of E-Junkies, and if you like this content, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you, bye-bye.